Colorado takes on Baylor, their first Big 12 matchup and their first game back in the Big 12. Can you kind of break down Colorado's keys to victory in this game? Let's start on offense. Colorado's keys to victory on offense.
Well, look, assuming that it's going to be the kind of weather we think it's going to be, okay, which the weatherman's going to be on in about 15 minutes. So
yep.
we'll talk to Bianchi at that point. We had to get him on, especially when he threw on the cowboy hat and the shades. I was like, all right, my man's coming on the show. So we'll talk about that with him in a minute. But look, if it's going to be kind of shitty outside, that's good for us.
Yeah.
You know, it forces everybody to focus up more. The ball's going to be on the ground. There's going to be turnovers. It's limiting turnovers, continuing to build on the running game. Like this could be an ugly game, but again, acting like you can't throw the ball in the rain is ridiculous.
Yeah,
you can throw it's not like it's going to be sleeting sideways and 70-mile-an-hour winds. It's just going to rain. So it's just a little rain. I think everybody will be okay. You know, fucking do wet ball drill or something. I think that offensively the keys are ball control, limiting turnovers, which they've done a pretty good job of this year.
Yeah.
And really establishing the line of scrimmage with their big guys and continuing to grow off of that. So continuing to grow off of that is going to be huge. So, I mean, we'll see what happens in that regard. But those are my keys to victory for the offense.
What are you looking to see from the run game?
I mean, from the run game, I'd like to see them advance more out of the pistol and throw a couple more wrinkles in, some outside hitting plays, some of those Z reverses to keep that backside defensive end on the line of scrimmage rather than screaming down, so we can take advantage of that corner. You know, if we zone read, Shedeur doesn't really pull it when we zone read. So either he pulls it and he takes off and somebody has to honor it and he can slide down, or stop running the zone read. I feel that the offensive line improved a ton last week. They got so much better, but at the same time, there's always room for improvement there too. So, you know, it's, can you build on the success from last week, or do you have to take another step back to take another step forward? And hopefully that's not the case with the offense.
No doubt. And yeah, so I am with you on that. I'd like to see, I mean, if it's going to rain, you damn believe they're going to run the ball.
It's going to rain.
Yeah, that makes me excited. It's going to, it's going to be low score, run the ball, defensive game. Now let's move to the defense. Colorado, their defenses look very stout, especially in the second half of games. Let's just break down Colorado's keys to victory on defense. What does Colorado's defense got to do to shut down Baylor?
The nose tackle kid, Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
Look his name. Well, I think I can't pronounce his first name, but he's 6'5", 315. He balled out last week. I liked our three technique progression, but I really think that Barnes was the key.
And Clint Barnes Jr.
Bro, that kid was murking people at the point of contact. The more I watched the game, I was like, God damn, this kid is a stud. Mm-hmm. You get wrapped up in just the flow of the game and you don't watch certain players and then you go back. Holy shit, he was kicking people's asses. So if he can play that physical at the point of contact with the law firm behind him in Bentley and Green, then bro, it's on. So again, you've got all these different outlets talking about how, the Buffs are going to give up this and the Buffs are going to give up that. And the defense is leaky and there's 20 to 30 points being scored. I'm on a show down in Waco later this afternoon, on StreamYard, whatnot, talking about all this. And they seem to think that we're the same team from last year. So the players can say whatever they want, but the narrative is that, we've just beaten two bad teams, which I told you that's what they were going to do.
That's what it is.
So it's just another opportunity for CU to go out and really, really push themselves here against the national narrative. And look, this defense is real. Okay, the Baylor has a really hard time throwing the football, especially vertically down the field. They have a lot of lateral passes where they just need their athletes to go be in space and run. Now, that sounds good, but when you've got guys that can rally and tackle like we do in space, and then our secondary being as ruthlessly good as it is, both covering but tackling and ball hawking, I personally think that this game has the potential to get out of hand in our favor. From a perspective of the defense just running wild and making plays and really dictating to Baylor's offense in the rain, at elevation, at night, and it's going to be kind of cold. Like, this is where Colorado flourishes. This is where literally you would walk in and we'd lock the fucking gates on these people and like, okay, let it rain, baby, let's go. The rain and fucking let's get nasty, and it's a grass field and it's going to be dirty tonight, and that's the way we fucking like it.
Yeah.
So I think that the defense, as long as they just embrace this nastiness, everybody's wearing white, so I'm assuming that CU is going to wear white at home. Now,
I saw that there's white out. I don't know if they're wearing white at home. We'll have to.
There is a white out there. They're calling for a white out, but I don't have like a white coat or a white raincoat, so I'm wearing a black. It says Colorado. I don't know what you want me to do, dog. I don't have a fucking white. This isn't a Puff Daddy party. I don't have an all white get up. So
no.
Speaking of that, holy shit.
Yeah. Speaking of the defense, I wanted to highlight. I wanted to focus on what we call the law firm. Nakai Hill Green and Levante Bentley. Can you just kind of highlight them and talk about what they got to do to shut down Baylor?
Play downhill and don't bite on the play action and all the bullshit. Let everybody do their job and then go play. Like, I love the way that they were lining Bentley up on the edge last week and really, really, really confusing CSU and putting them in position to take on lead blockers at the point of attack, and then letting 41 just roam. He's huge, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I saw him in an interview sitting next to Prime with Romy Bean, and Romy's doing a great job. High five, Rome. We'll have her on the show here too, but she was sitting there interviewing Coach Prime and Green, and I was like, God damn, this dude's huge. He's massive for a middle linebacker, and he brings wood too. So I feel like these two have the best tandem in the Big 12. And we haven't seen everybody else play. There might be an individual that's better here or better there, but find me two guys that are playing at a higher level than these two. And it's a huge testament to Coach Hart too. I mean, Andre Hart came in with Coach Prime. He's been shuffling guys through. We tried Wood there and all these other guys. And look, Woods is going to help us. Trevor's a good player. He'll when we need him, he'll be there. But right now, these two are playing at such a high level. I don't know how you take either of them off the field. Both of them are NFL guys, which makes you wonder. When Coach Prime early in the year when they did that scrimmage at Denver East, and everyone, he was like, we got about 7 or 8 guys on the defense that are pros. Sure seems like he's got 7 or 8 guys on the defense that are pros to me. Yeah. So maybe he knew what he was looking at this whole time. So, I'd like, hopefully this weekend we're not wearing white at home, because that would be weird, but we could wear gray.
Yeah, that would be
the grays, baby.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. And focusing on this defense here, I found this and wanted to just bring this. Carter Stoudemire, DB on Colorado, said DC Robert Livingston ran all 20 of the gassers with Colorado football. After the Travis Hunter obviously got flagged with 4 other players after that pick, they were doing that celebration. What are your thoughts on that? Obviously, we talked about Rob Livingston's impact on Colorado football yesterday, but what are your thoughts on this?
Have you ever seen the picture of the meme of the dude sitting on top of the block with the whip and everybody pulling in front? This is boss. And then and then the same picture, but the guy's off of the block and he's at the front of it pulling it, and it says leader. That's all I got to say. Like, he's a fucking leader. He's young. He's spry. He can run across the field and back without having a heart attack. That's a good thing. And when the players see you doing that, it means something, bro. Like 3 weeks ago, we've got this big kid on Mount Vista's team named Eli that struggles running. And all the coaches are just like, hey, run, Eli, blah, blah, blah. And my fat ass went out there and grabbed him by his shoulder and ran him across the field and ran him back and ran him across the field and ran him back. Did my one fat ass want to go run with him? No, but it was needed, and everyone sees it. So you can tell somebody what to do all the time, but unless you can actually show them that you can do it, you're willing to do it, and that you know how to do it, sometimes people won't buy in. So even that one thing may have gotten a guy like Stoudemire or somebody else to completely immerse themselves mentally and physically and buy in. So
Absolutely.
Livingston is a fucking G, bro. And enjoy this because of the kind of success he's having this year, he could be one and done.
Yeah.
Like he could be one and a head
Very
coach
true.
somewhere easily. Like if I was Colorado State, and I'm not trying to give them any tips. You need any tips. You need some tips. You may want to hire an NFL guy who knows what the fuck he's doing right down the street. We don't play until 2029, but fuck, he should. That's a bad man, and he knows what he's doing, and he's getting his feet in the door in college coaching, and he's going to be a head coach somewhere, either in the NFL or maybe he springboards this to a defensive coordinator job in the NFL. But what he's doing at CU is monumentally incredible. They have been so bad for so long on defense. It is so refreshing to see a defense run out on the field, and you sit back and go, we're gonna chop these guys up. They have to deal with us instead of, man, I really hope that Travis or Shiloh makes a play.
Yeah.
Now it's like Shiloh's out, and I hate to say this, but we got better. Like how? Like this is what I'm talking about. We can rotate guys in the secondary. We can put Shiloh at nickel linebacker. We can rotate linebackers now with depth. We got this Barnes kid didn't even play in the Nebraska game, dog. Well, and if he did, he did 10 plays? He went into CSU and was eating people alive at the point of contact. So opportunity, when it knocks, baby, you're either ready to open the door or you're not. So, when this happens, we're either fucking rolling or we're watching. And then there's not a whole lot of watchers in the Boulder bag.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you on that. I'm excited to see how Colorado's defense performs this weekend. It's going to be great.